Pitchers and catchers are getting ready to report to spring training next week, and that means a new baseball season is just around the corner. It also means it's time for USA Today's annual 100 Names You Need to Know in Baseball. And the man who runs that list is here with me, Paul White. I'm Steve Gardner. Paul, what does this list mean, and what are we trying to tell baseball fans?
It's 100 players who probably will, and in some cases can, have an impact on this season. Not necessarily the top 100 prospects in baseball, but the guys we expect to see do something on the fields in the major leagues this season.
And they're young guys that we haven't seen, thus the names you need to know. Who were some of the guys from last year that we did get to know awfully well?
Well, we put Neftali Feliz #1 on our list last year, and at that point we didn't know if he'd be the Rangers closer or a starter, but had a great season, helped them get to the World Series. Madison Bumgarner was a guy we put high on the list, worked his way into the Giants rotation, was a key part in the World Series for them.
And then there was also the National League Rookie of the Year, Buster Posey, was in the top 20.
Absolutely, and you know that's one of the interesting parts to try to gauge. When are these players going to get to the majors? Some of them will be there opening day, others won't, but as we've learned, they can have a real impact as the season goes on.
All right, let's get to the 2011 list. Who's on the list, and who are the guys we'll need to know?
Well, a repeat of relief pitchers. Last year was Feliz. This year, #1's Aroldis Chapman, the Cincinnati Reds fireballer, and Craig Kimbrell, the probable closer for the Atlanta Braves, is #2. A lot more relief pitchers, young guys, as teams in the majors seem to be willing to let young guys take over those key bullpen roles.
As for hitters, I know for people who are interested in fantasy like I am, we want to know some of the young hitters that are coming up. Any of those on the horizon we want to look forward to?
Oh, there's a bunch. Dominic Brown, who'll probably step into Philadelphia in the outfield. Tsuyoshi Nishioka, the Twins import from Japan, who's probably going to play second base as opposed to shortstop when he played over there. And then there are guys like Logan Morrison, who had part of a season in Florida last year. Mitch Moreland, part of a season in Texas last year. Again, going to step up and probably play big full seasons.
Last year, the Kansas City Royals had only one player on the list. This year, they have 7, tied for the most.
Yeah, tied with the Marlins for the most, but the Kansas City guys are higher on the list. This is a great farm system. The key question, how many of them help right away? Very few will make the opening day roster, partially because they're not on the 40-man roster to begin with, but expect to see guys like third baseman Mike Moustakas as the season goes on, Lorenzo Cain in center field, some great young pitching stars, John Lamb, a left-hander, and a reliever, Tim Collins.
All right, pick up a copy of Sports Weekly. You'll find Paul's 100 Names You Need to Know for the 2011 baseball season. For Paul White, I'm Steve Gardner. For more baseball coverage, check out baseball.usatoday.com.